the party be hunu nkrofo a na ye ne party nie na ye ne party nie wow say no grassroots for ni eye intimamufo ni ani abrese be develop your mind no look awrade di jam ba wode ne ba no obeye di akufo adu ye say ya ne ebe no say ya ne ebe no chechiro man ni ye uye ni ya ani onyam no eka obia adai Kwame A plus was Kwabena mentra ona makwa campaign amount na nimguase say metome and people like Kwame A plus yenua okatachia free fanom no ya me salute wo obi a oya dia wono ahunu sa ade no ba bia me dia ade na ekọ no enye ade no enye and apiapem no of constituency no omsom de Samia oku ne beba ye be ye wo mo ho adwuma bi wo constituency ho a ba be boni nsema mo bia ye be ye wo mo ho adwuma bi a na me pese same so mo tu doku a no mo de Samia oku aba ndu ahia ase ehia constituency fo no ono mo hia omra na amafo chichiri ne ma ofo wakwafim no ofo dia
yes hospital bi say Eastern Region hospital bi na Samia oku NLA akopenti ho children's library no wa penti de toys abobo down hunti no wa bet TV so wa yebi
What that to
yes
Pius Ajide so any abre on so check books
Pius Ajide no book so class Samia oku anfa the picture to that no Pius Ajide akopenti book the picture na the book that is check book as the picture air book no so na wo yi ma ko ma kwa hye nkura nsem anwa ma nkura ni nyina ko hye bebre na onu ko jam finfin
Uncle Musa Collins uzo amankwa sa book no na de bai o printing the picture to work it say no ejima we a I can call it what your position
okay enti ya behwe enti dia e was enti of akela mesro dom no catch him say ya bebe kumase say munum say be o say Franco
only Frank
oh okay
Franco
okay yeah da o ma say munum say e be chanfo so Ashanti Regional Deputy Regional Secretary no yeah ba me say o say
of what
which party for CPP for CPP for CPP
I don't tell you what you want to hear. I thought you said he's not NDC.
No, no, oops, fire there. You see.
I said some people are coming with money.
What I come with.
Anyway, now you better crashing crow for Ashanti Region. Momo say Ashanti Region, yeah, region.
What about?
Oh, you better say your thing. You better say crowd contest.
But it's like no, it's like about me.
Debbie, you better say crowd contest.
You have 20 years.
Okay, so that's it. Maminya Juma Wimra. Your video be from Oti region. And me person me check Ghana for adeke to Ebinami Coast Street. Yenya Sakut ed akwa report adomochre ama yoko mebwa oh yeah there say na kan shraj akwa report na ma shraj for wa akwa report there be akwa report na man. All right, so you be dealing with that issue. You know near one. Then we have issues about Magdan. And now me catch the Ghana for years, so me catch them say ene bibi be koso. Now me sorry free show no so no. Now me very clear in my mind say ABC. Because and run na juna meetings you koso. Inti Magdan issue you be dealing with it. A man for air supply documents. Seminia Magdan etiemia Mark, it's not about you, Macaulay. It's not about your person. Enti kachre koma ya akola enkoma na no to no di na I will handle it no koma ya akola eye astrotef na ndi ayi aban sase school sase and this for na sase na se o sade kankan fota no ena kufu do abese mu kura se school for asase near the amo bi say private developer ye astrotef owia na o dey charge school for no omo jiska na bi nko school for no for years we ye so party eye and you say school so my say nyina nkola nya ba bi nya pi omo bo break ya na nkola ni gina because omo lock you know astrotef no ma lock no na on wo dia fia no to nchen enti magdan sa nkomo no na mu di de koma ya akola mi no dadaada from Asempa I know koma way back me kaso ya akola me chen zoom lion koma me nyini chen no and me huni ma bebre chen no me nya ready say me chinchire skafo so ena yanko esi no adia nyame dia hyem nsase me nye no ye no ho adwuma ena meye senka ya no nkwa adia ene nka metra edu nchen eye se twum edu Santa Baron eya mumusa no ni ye wiase me metmi a chira nkrofo ase okroma just like that because me niam be brave enti ba me ni adaje a me de trafa akudi nkonkonsa ba me wo adaje ema ofra adwuma nyame afra me sa menye ye ne microphone no ameso eyo ofra adwuma enti de yemfia no nto but enti mark get it straight. It's not about your person, no. Or person there. Maybe there is not about his person. Mark nyame but when it's about the state, maybe a stakeholder, then maybe. So it's about the issue. That's all. Now, 11 fuel prices at Tija. Enti yatete so and yafo. Yes, if fuel price na yafo. Abode. Okay, so that's it. Enti mpanifo sa niam nan we no sa could prepare who dozie no ho. Na obi aso prepare ono so de meba nia baba bibiem. So ankoma ye bedinu but before that the yanko oti region omo frɛ baabi sma timi am pronounce ni yam fanche me Konado DA primary school oti region. Listen well, could you believe say enkola no na ede blocks AC omo school dan? Yeah.
Ansah primary then Presby primary then.
Na me compile ni maybe enkola no ena omo ede se ubu oman sa na ukoso atreken kro Anyo netekwa na nkola na ewo ena omo ede esi dan sankola we awofo etua tax se assembly wo omo jeje omo tax teacher ni no edna call no we na teacher kwadwo kan ya yesi ya yinadi nti hwe se omo ni buafo de a enkola no ade omo destiny ahye wo mo nsem so omo ni buafo a So what the trotro no so Facebook a be ma trotro for nyina driver opekura gina na mu nyina mu nhwe bi na mu ni ho nkomo ehunu ba bia Ghana edru wey any aka ho asem a no ma soma nkwala 300 Ghana cedis so medidi atem because ya ka asem a ebi ma da. Meanwhile you have a president eya odisika no efa private jet eya odinam ejinani etua uja nkwala we wokotua se wa bro new school fees wo Canada uja nkwala we ho ekotua oba school fees wo Canada ono se wa bro ni a wanya no ho eya okura eya Canadian paper oni how abrabom uja nkwala we ho ti nkwala we pese omusua de akeke tinkola we di omo destiny ahye omo nsem se come what may yaso ya pese ye te se Akufo-Addo mabi Akufo-Addo fa ye jet Africa akọ UK nenana my first day in school or whatever UK my first day in school Akufo-Addo nkola we so nko omo fatabi nkola we so nko omo sabi nkola we so ya Ghana for ma o eni se wo wie be ka kire mo enum parents wo mo ntua a friend say e-levia aso be ka kire so wo ntua enti di opa bia no ko na koye enie now mama fa link ade bi ma yanko ya na no me yi message yi bi because of this issue when a man forces someone to take their own destiny into their own hands, be careful. So you are buying, be careful, because odi ani bra na eba o man no mu. Ayi Williams. Ni hono om frɛ say. Oh. Afianya. Ho ya afianya ho. Na ekwai access road bi da ho a. Chese
road we ayo hey road bypass road connect to Afienya road sa road now so to me connect to Dowenya 25 road na wo hwɛ sɛ ne road we aye ɛne sɛ ne wo mo kyerɛ sɛ nsuta ɛyɛ wo so ne ade a nkrofo nyim ɛwɔ ha nyina toto wo mo store mu ne ade na individuals bi afa to wo mo yes ye frɛ one man bi Mr. Sare maybe I am being adu we ehun apa na honorable minister
so one eye Newmont right
yeah
I'm on the issue statement
yeah
we private businessman Willie and was shek kwai no I said when you say sakut kwai na say ya to the sense even omom was shops near the ade wo nyina obi atutu obi abandon the business and so to won't mean for ebi pake nso to a ebi pake ewo ekwai na chi no ma nante akofi akoda na eso mu nyina ka bom pe watch men no hwe o mo cars ma o mo se me boa ekwai ni nie eye private businessman na eye amoakwata the onim ene se you me who you are far behind as onim na wi school pe far behind hey ani wa ka chire wo boa run ade a onim ye no so ya ka oman mu asamo a enye se ebia obi asheda. And these two videos give you a clear a picture. Say oman for to baha. Like see yam fire destiny and say ensemu a. Enya dia nipa no a onu dia nimu no obeboa aya obefi. Because amanfo awie sika kogu Canary Islands. Amanfo awie sika kogu amanone. And then so fuel prices are. Now you're Ghana near. No one say baby I keka kono enye. Let's do this.
The country where I come from, the truth is around me. Just like animal farm, justice mean inequity. So who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? silence. Islamic leaders, silence. Kings and queens, silence. Traditional leaders, silence. Oh, who will say the truth?
Truth for justice.
We are the workers of Confosico. Now, by area, why no better? We are the workers of Confosico. One guy's area, why no better? Who will say the truth?
Truth for justice.
Who will say the truth?
Truth for justice.
Oh, he made it nice, he was a so. Now, your friend, and I am Kamasam. Only Papi Omega nice and yeah. So I want one, or bet you were two. Everybody was afraid. And when Tina to my cottage, I once my board on pin one and I but who go tell the truth? Nanai, or say me. Nanso bien person become one because everybody is afraid. Anya safwe muaini, aku kutrofu nina danima. Enti who go say the truth?
Truth for justice.
Obiadra konson so to close your mansa to me be a kakobrafo. Efo anyina ye, efo. When you know yet, now so could down so be their back or why no cake. I feel it for the money more pia for no cross on my move. Hanya Safway, Moine. I could draw for you, darling. And who go say the truth?
Truth for justice.
Akwasi for maker send him a message. You see a large number 2 private businessman be so for quite no oil.
But who go tell the truth?
Truth for justice.
Do you see silence?
Now, Ushia a year as Lewusunaso what the braces are yet in the scene. Or the name of Salam down, no Osika or the braces a bonusim.
Right, wrong is wrong.
Who for do we need power? And as Lewusu says, your free be braces here, they saw a senator come.
You say you wanna get rid of corruption. Someone want to help you. Now the person become your target.
Truth for justice.
Jobless, no, they mean senseless. Poverty, no, they mean useless.
Mediana and Kwabena, Bobie, Ansah, Commander Boham, the old soldier, the old lion, the last man standing till 10 p.m. Thank you so much. Sakut Amenga Itego Commandante Acapitono,
Who go tell the truth?
a political journalist and NDC activist.
Do you see silence? Even journalists silence. Oh, then
Thank you so much, Liswan and Akusipoko Bacham for Chasakowa. Omunina be joining here.
right is right, wrong is wrong. No matter how
Citizen Show.
fine.
That's how we do it.
You say you wanna get rid of corruption. Someone want to help you. Now the person become your target.
Truth for justice.
Jobless, no, they mean senseless. Poverty, no, they mean useless. One,
Thank you.
then go resist.
Time to grind.
For justice.
Yabeya Juma. Sakut Akwaba. Boko de Menia. All right. Mom bet me are joining on YouTube. Bet me are joining here on Facebook too. Yes, you can join us here. And Mesre Obi bia unim baby a private businessman bia a project B. Mr. Bomade Nema from me producer. Offer a ye front desk or Chinakra na Ubusa Kwame Kwachia. Producer number 1. You Kwame me abebo. Almost in the number ebema then Kwame no bedi nkomo ye pese ye compile ade bi na ye yi niam bi kire Ghana for no mate ase Sakut. So ye be airport issues.
Okay.
Magdan and all those staffs Ansah ne baba be tackle the akano into ye born but quick one. I know saw the petitioner come strage about Paul Adomotri.
Yes.
What is the issue?
Now, before I go into what is the issue, I think I have to properly introduce myself because
Sure.
I think when this petition went viral on social media, people, the headline said a journalist had gone to court. People probably don't know my journalistic credentials. So let me introduce myself properly. So maybe
Help
if
me.
people don't know, those who don't know
Set
me.
it well for me. Go.
Okay. Those who don't know me, I'm a journalist who was trained professionally at Ghana Institute of Journalism.
I know you.
You know that. Me and you together in those days. And apart from training at the JJ, I also trained at the United Pop Academy of Music, Media and Arts in Amsterdam,
Okay.
in the Netherlands.
Sure.
And I also went to the International University of Languages and Media in Milan,
Okay.
where I also went to study strategic communications. Now, apart from all these studies, I have worked in media for over 10 years.
Sure.
If you remember XFM,
Sure.
I ran XFM as the general manager for some time. It was us who were the pioneers of social media in this country, Shatawale. I was the one who created
No, but you created me.
on XFM, Shatta City, Shatawale, all these boys. We started social media pioneers.
What now creating me on social media?
Only there. What me about? I can't blow my own trumpet. See, but some people always call some of us headmasters of social media because some of us we met social media 2008 very early when internet was not even on the phones.
Yeah.
And we became pioneers and we introduced it to a lot of our friends. So we understand how it works, and that's why sometimes we don't talk too much. We just watch and all that. So apart from that, I have been a columnist for over 10 years. Yeah. I write prolifically. You can find my articles on all the websites
Even
in Ghana.
Daily Post, I think, recently.
Yes. I mean, I write for anybody who wants to publish. I've written prolifically. I'm also an author. I have a book on Amazon.com. And I'm working on another one
slavery,
that will come soon on Pan-African, Panafest in the dungeons. So there's a lot of stuff that I've done as a journalist, and people can follow my trail, social media, online, etc., etc., etc. I also do PR and political communication, but basically I do a lot of ghostwriting. Ghostwriting means that I write a lot of content for people, but you don't find my name. So if Bachan4 wants to write some article and put his name there, I can write an article and put his name there and put it on Ghana Web, and his friends will call him and give him funds. And I get paid for it. That is ghostwriting. Write memoirs and all this. So I have done a lot of work as a journalist. And it is important to note that as journalists, our role is a watchdog role. We are the fourth estate of the realm. We are among the people who are supposed to expose those who are hunting the people. Like today, you know what MPNM said? Kwame Pianim at the Atamals Heritage Memorial Lecture. Kwame Pianim. He said that he was talking about the journalists, and he said that a certain journalist came to him. He had been appointed by government on a board, and he came to him, and he said, "Look, you can't do the work." He said, "No, why?" He said, "You can't take this appointment because you cannot be both among the hunted and then among the hunters. You see, So you see, if you want to be among the hunted and expose the hunters, then you have to be with the people. You cannot join the hunters, and yet you are with the hunted. You see, the people are the hunted.
Yeah.
The politicians are the hunters.
Yeah.
So you cannot say you're a journalist and you can't accept a role in the public office. Anyway, I don't completely agree with that. As a journalist, if Muhammad comes to power and give me post, I'll collect the post gladly with two hands. But I will know.
But you see,
I will know.
But I could the Kwame Pianim patch and say, if you're a media okay, so let me use Kojo Ponkruma.
Don't practice.
While
you are at service to.
Mami use Ponkruma, for example.
Yes. Public service.
When he decided to move out to move to MPP.
Yes.
Where Jai media Jumano.
Yes.
Or quiet politics. It's simple. But they are working in Pino.
Yes.
In the night, you can't be a wolf in the night.
That's right.
Then during the day you are a sheep. Meanwhile, in the night, you are part of the wolves or watching the sheep.
That's right.
In the night.
Yes.
And in the night, you are a wolf. Edu area also you ojai. Yeah, I mean.
And Tianopa, Jimo, Ghana Airport, and you may know a good evening.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Perfect. Good evening.
Good evening.
So on that note, Abba has brought me to the subject matter, which it is that it's about my petition to Shraj.
Sure.
Now, as a Ghanaian citizen, I mean, who's seeking justice for the people of Ghana? Me, I'm seeking justice for the people of Ghana.
Sure.
And I think that how the judicious use of public resources is very, very important if we want to develop in our country. And therefore, it is important that we all stand up to the judicious use of public resources. Somebody may say, and I've heard people saying that, oh, but Paul Adomochiri is a small fry. This is small money, they have some big fishes. Anyway, you may choose to go after the big fishes. But I think that this is very, very crucial, and this is a very good case.
So small fishes, big fishes.
You see that it is babies with sharp teeth that become evil dwarfs, old evil dwarfs. Correct. Therefore, I don't see that this is a small matter, because especially as journalists, and I have said that, look, I don't have a problem with the journalist accepting a position in public office. Me, I'm a political journalist. In other words, I am a journalist with political inclinations.
Yeah.
Therefore, I will not shy away from taking political positions. I work for Ghana. But as a journalist who has a watchdog role, who has taken a moral high ground, if I get to public position, I have to live above reproach. Because you have been holding people to account. You have a whole show called Good Evening Ghana. And you have a whole editorial that you can run for how long you want every day, and you try to scrutinize public officers. So when you get into public office, you should know that we are going to measure you by a higher bar than the one that you measure the politicians with. You understand what I'm saying? And that is my concern as a journalist, that Paul Adomochiri should have lived beyond reproach. And since he has not, and since people have tried to make it a political matter, we have to move away from the fray of politics and go to Shraj. This is a constitutional body set up by government, paid by our taxpayers' money, funded. Therefore, who must make sure that they do their work, independent work. And look, what am I saying? I'm saying that Paul Adomochiri's own explanations as the board chairman of the airport company, his own explanations on his own show on Good Evening Ghana and on Facebook that he posted, he himself admitted with his own words that indeed he personally procured Christmas trees. That alone is an admission that he stepped out of line, because a board chairman does not do procurement. A board chairman does not do the day-to-day running of the organization. It is a chief executive officer.
You are not a spending officer.
No, as you are a board chairman. So the fact that he admitted that he engaged in procurement, that means already he admits he reveals his complicity in this. Beyond that, he himself admits that he invited two vendors to present their quotations, and he praised those vendors, etc. But the price at which he did the purchases of the Christmas trees, the total price is 118, right? 118,000 Ghana cedis. That is because he decided to split the transactions, 84,000 and 34,000. He split it into two. Now, if he split it into two, it was a trick to try to make sure that, because there's a 100,000 threshold for this kind of procurement, 100,000. So in order that he will beat the 100,000 threshold, he decided to divide it into two so that it is from two different vendors. But the spending is the same spending, the same item. Some of you who know accounting, you cannot split it. Even the law says that you cannot do that. And if you like, I will quote the law to show you where it says that you cannot do that. It said the transaction was split in order to stay within the 100,000 threshold. But section 21 subsection 6 of the law says a procurement entity shall not divide a procurement order into parts or lower the value of a procurement order to avoid the application of the procedure for public procurement in this act. So he himself admits that indeed he divided the amounts. And meanwhile, the law says you cannot divide the amounts. And he then come back to explain that 50,000 of the money came from donors. Now, let me also make it clear that when people donate money to a public institution, that money becomes public money. Mm-hmm. So the fact that it was donated by some other organization doesn't mean that you can spend it anyhow. So, Paul Adumochi's own explanation tells all of us that, again, even after he has decided to usurp the role of the chief executive and he's doing what he's not supposed to do, he then went ahead to cause several injuries to the Public Procurement Act. Serious injuries. Okay? Now, but directly involving himself in procurement of the Christmas trees, Mr. Paul Adumochi has abused the powers of his office and breached one of the cardinal principles of corporate governance. And that is separation of the roles of the chairman and the board and the chief executive. You see, the chairman of the board has a different role from the chief executive. Yeah. All what we are talking about is the role of a chief executive. You see, the chief executive officer runs the day-to-day affairs of the company, including procurement, while the board chairman runs the board. So you cannot convince the Paul Adumochi does not know that this is not his role.
It's basic.
It is basic. So if he knows and he still did it, doesn't mean that he was just blinded by greed and corrupted mindset. Or what was he thinking that he could get away with this? We have to have answers. Okay? In his own show, Adumochi's own show, he himself came and said that 50,000 come from somebody else. And that explanation that he said it came from somebody else. Let me tell you that the Public Financial Management Act 2016 Act 921, it clarifies this very, very clearly. That the interpretation of section 102, it reads that public resources means public revenue, including acquired through donation, bequest, borrowing, movable and fixed asset, deposit, receivables, and right. So everything that the man himself came to explain contradicts the law
and implicates him
completely. And the Public Procurement Act 663, as amended, it defines the scope of application of the act, and it says that is section 14 of the Public Procurement Act. It reads that this act applies to the procurement of goods, works, and services financed in whole or in part from public funds. So the fact that somebody donated some money, it means nothing. So the first point I made is that it is not his role to even do the procurement.
Okay.
He was not even supposed to do it. The chief executive officer, they related his duty. He actually left his job for the board chairman to carry out. The board chairman usurped the role of the chief executive officer. Mm-hmm. But beyond usurping the role, he now went into breach a lot of the laws. And I'll give you the conclusion that by inviting two vendors, by Paul Adumochi inviting two vendors to submit quotations for the decorations, by not following the national competitive tendering procedures, because once it is up to 100,000, you're supposed to do competitive tendering, which means you have to advertise in newspapers, which you didn't do. That amount of procurement, you're supposed to advertise in newspapers. You can't just invite two vendors. That's more than two, at least three. And you have to advertise it. He didn't do any of these things. So by doing this, and by splitting the transactions into two to avoid the 100,000 price quotation threshold, and by meddling in the procurement process, Mr. Adumochi has caused multiple injuries to the Public Procurement Act 663, and the Public Financial Management Act, and also breached the principles of corporate governance. It is very obvious. So these are the reliefs I'm seeking from Sraj. These are the reliefs. I'm saying that Sraj must make a declaration that Paul Adumochi, he is the board chairman of the Ghana Airport Company Limited, and that he's breached several provisions of the public procurement law, the public financial administration law, and the principles of corporate governance in the case of the procurement of the Christmas trees for Ghana Airport Company in December 2021. Now, there also must be an order for the Ghana Airport Company Limited to surcharge the perpetrator, that is Mr. Paul Adumochi, for the amounts involved in the breaches, and recommend his removal as board chairman of the company. And thirdly, and finally, he must be referred by Sraj to the appropriate prosecutorial authorities and recommended for prosecution.
Live on Accra 100.5 and Ghana Nibia Waterman Kananyumri. Media minim says, sir, a year brunya dia, and was me a true chassis. See. And my main castle enter a year Rebio Sunday message. You see, and Cran Chrono, you know, if you free baby near Bishia. Cosmopolitan, that's right. Right? The fact that Obi ain't me expressing who a language doesn't mean he doesn't deserve to be on a Akan show. So on also cast or can chrome casa. See as you are
Obviously, I don't know.
Of course, I will complain. In the Yantias, you say, you know, one common ground, so you need to communicate as one people. Eya ye tie ho ase twika enye by force no obi antimi force obi a Ghana as obi ankatwi
ba hu kan so eye
no hu kan ye hu dagbani kan eye hu aigbe kan eye yeah but he wants to flow.
Yes,
ontimi flow et se de ye be ye no
asam na me de go shraj no bro for samu I say don't me chiro brofo ya shraj omo hwe onimpo omo nji paper no brofo no obechiro no omo say yes o ni madekra o ye o ni madekra o kan ense o nante keke na o be dia gro keke what I say the tree no me kapa kokumazu go kumazu for.
Okay, so I'm out for comments, but but quick one. Listen, who's a petition we the cross argument on it. Quick one.
I think say Mama Cheti from Incha Minuanum Minune Wone Wapamfo. Ashim cry say as citizens we need to be up and doing. It's a call to duty. So we share petition here or can we have discussed widely.
But was here throw more light?
But he has put, and that is the Achilles Hills. Where, I mean, someone who is supposed to have read the law, even though he's not a lawyer. Obet radio, Sony TV, so all over, trying to, throw some tantrums to put, as a person catch a Ghana for say Ansah. Meanwhile, it is very unambiguous. Any question we call the next import what he has said, Emrane say, we are board chair, who needs her to me, no, so be talk Christmas tree. Now, him, what I think could be further and better particulars to my brother's case, and they say, Yabeba McDonough Semso.
Yeah.
Who you say or can say or talk for 2 terminals? One is Terminal 3 and one is Terminal 2. Terminal 2, no. One lease to McDonough, even though he has paid no dime.
Yeah, why no? Yeah, no, friend Terminal 1, no.
Yes. No, I don't go. Kwabena, I was airport here, or somebody will call me in a question. Who's here? You were 2 and you were 3. Oh, baby, as I see, I'm my eye to me at the fact, Kumase.
Oh no, why? Also on go. Also on go. There's all the man. No, why?
Yeah, the more.
Check it. A year aviation for letter no check it. We are checking at you. Metro at you.
Okay. Yeah, me check it. Oh, what family you know? 1 and 2.
I feel now over.
I don't know. Make sure say 2 ready. Ya throw McDonough. Ya obi anim say Terminal 2 na ye use for Kumase Accra no. And as I say, no, John Muhammad Yansani Nimdini, AC Terminal 3, no. Ya shifted the international, no, Aqua Terminal 3. And ye did Terminal 2, na ye local.
That's right.
And on one side for Terminal 1, no, I can't. Can you imagine? Now, Adia all canon, the further and better particulars, and they say, one to Christmas tree now, because Terminal 3 now, a year under the supervision of Ghana Airport Company. And almost staff no kwa was out to because see the idea private no
Sir.
On one answer more kind no.
Sort of.
And if you listen to Padwatch, Now we hear say nipa wei. And ono TV so. Chabon nkofo tibika so obi no not. Na ono se onimu a. E je say enya krono a. And my word is underlined. Say onya kronfo a oya balawo tutubotom ni am robber. Sajuni manitrim because he ought to have known. I presume he knows. That's right. But kronunti balawo 70 July.
But Obibeka sikase ya ne womu a
Kwabra it was a test case. We ki ani ama ho a ena de mefa eja de mefa na de krono kese ba.
Okay.
It is a test case no say ki hu a oh asema ye ba.
Nti wode we no eso ye hwe.
What must say? Any ya che no.
You do more.
Na enye ono nko ya kwakwa so ka ho. Ya kwakwa.
Wa dan for kwakwa.
Enye madam fo no me mfa me hu mo akromfo.
Sa
oyonko bone se obrapa. Enye me nim ni ba bia.
Judas
Peter ni Yesu. Me nim ni ba bia.
Nim ni ba bia.
Dabi. Me sia ne da, me nim ne da. Me fa mo akromfo. Now, you see, asama menuane de akọ Shraj no. Ma me fa kwenya we so. Me the petition speak or Shraj some time ago. In fact, I'm just going to start, rehashing all these things. Shraj became a very dormant institution at some point. And me who say, according to say, they are being controlled by the executive arm of government. Because without NOBA, and was saying, they have some control anymore or so. Joseph Wittal, let me tell you, that position you are holding is a public office. You are not there to serve yourself. You are not there because you're from Wittal and I would in the NTB that. And also we are Joseph Papa Netimenimuno. You can't sit in that office and be an armchair Joseph Wittal. Hear me well. A lot of the petitions I sent to you, I have not even received any letter from you.
Acknowledging.
No letter of acknowledgement. The other call okay. But as to the work of the office, no, you can't be an armchair commissioner. You have to start behaving like a Ghanaian who is ready to work to safeguard what institution now Eduardo deserving of. And I don't want to see me write a petition for your work to commence. Now what's it? Waiting for him to come to ask you questions about how far you have reached. You should be in correspondence with him. You have heard a lot of things about these people saying, your institutions are more investigating corruptions. Your resources are more enough. Resourcing you, and you sit and chop all the monies they have resourced you. So this is a caution to Wittal and his men and women. In fact, Saudru Shrajwa, one way you'll be disappointed. Because the kind of things they speak about that institution, maybe it's about Wittal's car. That is the only thing that you see as new in that place. I don't know if it has gotten old because I went there about 3 years ago.
The boss.
Boss, no, deputy, no. Omo cars, no. And no now feel say, Yama car, papa, be a demo.
Yeah.
You are not there to sit in a car.
But when I got there, even the place where I went to submit the petition, you could see that chairs, even chairs. Oh, come and see the chairs.
Oh, okay. The companies be donating and your mama. You see, I think we will come back to it.
Yes.
Some institutions, they have intentionally become dormant. You don't need much to investigate Poadumoche on a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Now I catch them and say we need car and now we need resources. Then you better stay home and let us protect the public purse.
Okay, all right, thank you. Live on Accra 100.5. Now, quick, so Kofi, Yemra Magdan and Semunaj, because they're the same thing. In the regular Sania, the Kona, my own say what pick some few points be on Magdan. Maminka amount for say, Sa eye dwumadie no a aviation for di Magdan so letter no, yeah, we will deal with it. Subsequently, we are working on some documents from Magdan office. And then Komobia akoso between on the presidency. And yebeye ho adwuma because sir almost say afi no mo go through the right process. No mo dia baba ya adwuma. Ghana nkrofo su omo dan ono ato na asase be cha for camera. Obi ato na asase a yesi wan si ni years wanye permit no. Ni akobu agu. Obi di ono no awie ekwa akopɛ ɛyɛ the right procedure no afam na ya correct ɛyɛ the wrongs no ama no no ɔhyase ɛde ayɛ the person ɔde yɛ. So we will come there and yɛbɛ ho but Kofi yɛmfa nto fam na wo kɔ duru baabi a pɛsɛ memfa ɛyɛ Magdan letter ne mram na memfa ɛyɛ aviation for the no somra ne push it through yɛ nante
koma amincha atifo
yeah
mincha minya
this one.
Diabolic. Yeah, Magdan.
No, this is
diabolic outcome.
Yeah.
Vinciano, atifo nyina amechia Farida to Zakaria money almost motio wo amblekuma.
Great.
Omo 80 no so mo kwan bi o mo betwa abrel. Na wadi ho dwuma ama wo. Nti like Farida to be chairman. Pabra my revelation about Kwaba Magdan. Okay, say GMA greenhouse be o do
Greenhouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Greenhouse. When you say greenhouse, I'm the Magdan.
I see.
Yeah. I'm the Magdan. Emma every month according to work on the Mekasa or no. O man try and your crops cry exporter. At that it says $100,000.
Really?
Yes. Now the buy and what the greenhouse not free. Yes, and some.
Yes, not as a
youth
enterprise.
Youth enterprise.
No, youth employment agency.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What Jeff from some. And what Magdan.
I see. And then my first day.
Yes. Me in fact in the yanam tina nipano a frame and me kasai. And you see
crazy.
Guy where no say adie bia ye fun fa bia no be fun afa. So na me busa question na me busa se so. Nkrofo anya whistle bi se Yesu bentomuni bonia no bia nwu na wi asensa ya na anase ede yan kasa. Because nyema we wo him say ade a wo ye ade a wo fei aban sesa ho be kire wo. Yet obeye. Then
but
the other side of
the argument
and
is
say when him say the next part ni ba anya don be no hwe.
Because obednya that Tony way
he buy his way through. So and also oh yeah right. Enti greenhouse Jomama kind sika handing over note to omujai na unim say greenhouse they spent over 5 million Ghana cedis. Ewo hon. Ye the ma individual me no ka say o ma che sales ya Magdan campaign ayama Ghana government. Over 5 million Ghana cedis. And then over 20 acre land so. Yes, almost about 10 hectares for the project. Yes, it's not more building James out on building gradually, kakra, and they built almost 20 acres. And they'll harvest it. And your man at home. Now him, when him say one youth employment agency no more contract was farmers market. What was that company no? One not here. Or the unim say crop no mudua see a jam de no mudua no Israel for here say crop no pa o mudua no Israel nyebi and or exporting the man na do Israel wonom cry sha se ASM combaji no man cry na form mu bi enti wakwa say bibia ne sabesum bia no he wants to capture amra and they say Maka Magdan letter no and I'm a kind Ghana Airport Company. Okay, letter na who de ni di kan ba ye. because we say
okay, so you're dealing with Magdan Ghana airports almost a letter no the buy, which means and not an 31st right?
yeah, I'm right.
Okay, into me pacho Kwame for Ghana airports letter no almost a day suspend the use of Terminal 1. Also we mentioned Terminal 1 and wasem would the metro the crew be a coso. Okay, so Omo at the letter the chief executive officer Magdan Aviation Kotoka International Airport. But fatu ye Facebook page sebia omo enhu ye no betimi apeke eben Odesheba says time is mightier judge of all events. Bobie, you are too much, keep the fire burning, we solidly behind you. Okay, thank you. We have Hanatete on Facebook, Ibrahim Washara. Nanado will be the best corrupt midfielder in the history of Ghana. Okay, so Anita says that airport company belongs to Nanado Simple Mamon Fancy. All right, so my also be mentioned Raymond Acha here, and I think Kama is a all right, so Ghana Airports let know any a Facebook page, and my main go through quickly or say notice to suspend the use of Terminal 1 at Kotoka International Airport. Then content, no, so we refer to our earlier discussions and subsequent directive to suspend the inauguration of the private jet terminal at Kotoka International Airport until all the necessary operational requirements and obligations are met. We note with concern your failure to comply with the directive despite the outstanding issues on the prior terms and conditions for the use and operations of Terminal 1 as a private jet terminal. Management has consequently directed the suspension of your use of Terminal 1 until further notice. You are kindly requested to relinquish the keys. So who gave him the keys? Who gave Mosimunyawe? Munimajuma Oye. Oh, Magdano.
So no see the puno to na kin gun botom.
And for baby Magdano, that's my de. No, I watch no. Oh, was it because mo say more yet petrol and a moon so be a project be.
Yes.
And the keys no on hand keys ben amodi amano on hand over.
Keys said that no see e dey puno key na gun botom na so on famra.
Na se mo ye de Kwabena key no obuani no de puno foforo ato ano no okura key.
Remember? Now, you are kindly requested to relinquish the keys to enable management undertake a joint inventory by close of business day, Monday, 31st January 2022. Okay, so signed by Yakwakwa management. All right, so letter in okay. Now, Yankwasha Magdan also Ediano suspension of operations. On also Ediani Enra 31st January 2022. Enti omumienu nyina de no eko
This letter is an afterthought.
Yes, of course. The
No, the first one is not an afterthought. The Ghana Airport Company Limited, Diano, no troll letter just to avoid shame.
Well,
and you hear him respond to the letter.
But you check the content. No?
Yes. So go to the content.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, my main end goes for the suspension of operation. But will be fun. Clean. Suspension of operation. Accept our compliment. So, from Magdan office, also we are writing to officially inform you about our decision to suspend our operations at the fixed base operator terminal with immediate effect. This has become necessary to pave way for us to thoroughly engage your outfit and all the key stakeholders on the way forward. We will write to officially arrange for the engagement while at hand. We will also appreciate your guidance on what will be the most appropriate step to take. Thank you in anticipation. So my colleague, it goes on and on. So these are the two letters from one from aviation.
Kwabena.
And Pacha, the way to your Facebook page, so you can just pick it and share with your T4.
The reason why Magdan's is an afterthought, me say Ghana Airport Company actually letter braille can say hold on with your inauguration. Me boy.
Makofi na so that we can
Okay.
Yeah,
because how can a Kwabena me ban? Oh, Panzo so which lawyer Richard Anamu.
Oh,
so
Oluman
issue no I'll create issue.
Oluman.
Or that Kunyamuti.
Minza adare obeche do obabuye. Oche biansa obabuye.
Papa na minsuncha ya bebe fi.
Na se na okunuma ya dene. Na nka ya bo nko awo so. Na ye say die trifam. Anyway.
Kwabena?
Yeah.
Say na list will like no. Baako letter na consistent. Say ujina baby ujina. Say ade na wo ye no enamra kwan so. Enti bra Niemfa embranen to baby eda. Niemfa na motuo na opeso otuo no nhihye enso mawo. Na megidi say dientia and we should be blunt on this. Dientia madam so CD timi to all the media house the okroma to be anka same way no. He thought say no wie. Nyango be share show we. Kwesanya no a opa tie no from anopa kwesi anwumre. What they discuss here? Omom discuss here nyina dom safa won nya single praises near to jom na MPP testers no afruba hwefo no so send messages edi akire because denti oyes anonim say owia the next day almost start operations because tie ni no great speech na ka the next almost start operations no
Yeah.
But the be simple question say any for name of immigration officers when the airport for in the flight you be see aviation for na mo kwakwa to mo ema flight no kwan no on land ana be say
also team.
you see enti ade na wo ye no from the one in an asase no it's rotten bibia pro o sha ase na okay ne letter na afa de o say ye mehia na de sese e fata say ese ye no yaye it don't nim nyansa ade na wo sha ase no na nim se bibia o sha ase ade na sha ase na bibia sha ase wrong 14 unim ade no obi che o say there be brani entrance na even permit na unya ya udisi ade kwa fabra be che o so fama
Because there is no permit.
there isn't when I approve ya obi anim because we crazy aviation as so esi Ghana airport campaign minim say no kwase assembly approve because building be say government there say the government there say assembly approve and na sagrame house no e ho assemble say Brazil funded drawing ne buy no na assembly that katamanso assembly ne say sa standard no Brazil start meeting Ghana there and there some say to man kwa mo say plan wa
Yeah. I see.
and the person say even drawings na omudi see baby esi awo no emiti standard na one approve ye why na sa nyoma we nyina and they say no so okay what's your ade no fakis ne bra ye kwa take inventory near take ye inspection I will say emiti standard da na da ben na MPP for so as ade we ekufado okay men's go dom the good no Kwabena ekwan bi ni wo say banks any men's go mu good no ko me pa na a regulate no nom na transfer atoso nioma na nka echo ba regulate na se na ko be say bi eye
Yeah.
enti ade na kwa the men's go ni sa banks ne fast no ye fa sa company we ya magdan company ya fa so because Ekufuado Kenofuriata Gabriel Tedako asade be di eto omunya we interest wo that's why this guy could get the boss wa obe before avoid of all us.
Interest no different no.
Yes, omunya interest wo.
No.
And as you said no, obi
interest no sync with this because adwuma ono ne yire femi eye no na we beje free ne
so he
nsem.
has an interest.
So it's the same.
So he has an interest. The media
Anything na otro letter no.
no.
Onim. Ono Kofi Ekan in contest Magdan to me yes because of the kind of Ansah and Wanechi.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, let's deal with issues in context.
You see,
and Bedia Tuo Ansah Saya de Ho.
Dabi. Name we never
That is the difference. I mean,
so there were some powerful hands and the betimi atainachi amanaya adewi.
exactly.
You see, and opa mumia nko feda nienhwe enioma omo agyae Elisia mama dan nyina nyenkohwe ekwan fa so de ma no ende kwan fa so capture sa de no ye behu sa trait we nyina bi wom opa sa greenhouse American yengo check kwan fa so de ma no say go through the procedure no obitan officer or say we da hakofa ono so kwa because ensa na e ka chen se enkofa esunti no oba to hell o mu wo ye wan si o onfa ho nanka de we sha se si wa twen krata atwa eti Ministry of Transport etomonti asemoi eti National Security Minister asemo wanted that Defense Minister asemo wanted that eti eniskaza asemo cabinet that but obient me anka hwe jan man ye do peso ye but you see no yes initially wanya de but one thing na mapen as say why consistency at the end they say for na they say oye you see Sanka
this project must be closed down.
Yes na say no so closing down also man wo pretty
and Abraham ni commodity so almost be go
to ba na be ka gasa ni wi anya hwese ye ma kwan ma onya na say ma wonye and me that's how I will take it sa na me hu no because baby I go me akra ma build there you say president crowd and support you say confront and support you dey obeye nanga ko fast maba but at least we there when say say dey say ye no ye madam so tena se na se no nyansa bia ba di tirim say ampa ene dey connect intesi ehia na edi ho nkomo we anadwi enkomodie we nyina anya say one na edi 10% share one na edi 20% enkomodie no mkodiri nya o lete me no no enye so mgo cha okasa papa bia wo be fa 10 on say no mo che PDS e wo fon so no sa no mba be we dey 10% okay say wo no oyere na na hwa ha na ye ba beje into the all the MBA 10% nanado so nanado we so hia kese 20% we beje say omo koche ente be wie no na Ghana ankasa na Ghana Airport Company ankasa na eboka faso bia maso it one ekubu akonta the number of deaths are ABC one ekubu za akonta no one ekubu akonta ebo aye charge o one set price no so say build operate and transfer and I say ya Ghana for credit the adekra koso see a one of our major security zones ama individual at the head of parliament nim obia nim yenim agreement o ma sign Ghana Airport Company make hwe obi anim hwe ne agama no enti ye be den hu say so ade ya Ghana kwa de etri kwochem discussion de kwa kwochem no ye be den hu say so Ghana kwa be ne bibia afrim at the end of the day no ye so omo kuhia de wom no say Ghana Airport Company on ba be ka che eto be ka che nyi hu ade kura wom hu ane man kwa man ye say investigate ana adena waye no efete for the purpose na standard ebiti ana sano manya see because bibia nkwa ngosi ene apeti de na ti waye nka nwie yi so omo ase afa de omo hu say anya accident na manfo she chiri ye bese airport
Charles quick one unfortunately ene transport minister omo friend wo parliament wanko
Kwabena onko
on this matter.
Yeah, on this matter. Yanko Charles.
Kwabena onko because of leadership any krum hanom. Ne ato Ghana say no. Ba me den krafri afuman tembre. Regional minister say we nya petrol van ko rounds. Enya abayejuma. Enti no. Ne ato ye wo ebono ne ahafon.
The official statement and also what
we video. Ti me kura me ba me se me de bremo na mo abo a kire Ghana fo nyina say regional minister
na one farm na wo ka tell
me bedria na ja obi de
man the man no inside the man say na what trust kura akasa ya kututu ya na yesi
no way they are too no was say the manage nsemo edukwa na ba bia duru no aban no na o parliament ya ho no yes leadership o nenka MP ba ko akwatena brochire ha say NDC et ho na krom na communicator say akizu omo mo person be pass e levy amaye who go do parliament so other paper be duru na e levy kan ho
Etire kro no ni akoduru no. Chairman Ansah wa Republic of Parliament ni open no de ye. Ana akufo ano so te o wo abenya bi atwa bi ama no so ata wachi. Asante na so ukura wu na tikure mu. Di asem na atwa mu emfa abro no so. Video manu ensi na so nsa kan yo so nyam na me send ma o. Kwabranti on omo ye kro no da wo se ukọ na akoto bi atwa ne fa.
But the question is,
I
don't think that transport minister decided yes onko.
Kwabra bisa say national security minister say, sika ye de fa plane. Sika ye de fa plane. Nana Akufo-Addo di biare wo wiemu. Or say yakobo sika no boa. It's not good for national security. And into all parliament and ma mechirichirim. Say Ghana na ye te on allocations aye ya. And the regional minister akura so onye sika and what they call rounds no. Kwabra say what you say. Also onye sika onye petrol van call rounds. It is a koban pempen so say ubi sam say identity transport minister onko parliament kwabra said the friend national security minister wotimi ka sa wonko. Said the bisa health minister onu so timi ka so wonko no. MPP aban na down enye democracy no mo practice. Oh yes kwabra. Omo practice democracy. Nankom speaker of parliament or make letter so omo reware MP or clerk ho. MPP men no ni omutimi ye no. There is no leadership. When this is Supreme Court a clerk actual letter so the abre clerk of parliament. No wins out the letter ko MP or parliament. Bonina bo mutima to the sense of kwabra obi aye ni ope okurunum. Obi aye ni ope enti transport minister no kwabra what demonstrate here will say near course or airport ni nyina woni mo hwe kwabra na da won ye president or health minister say onim ni port airport egi COVID-19 testing zika national security airport wutimi penetrate na the bibi born for uro memu akwabra wa wie Ghana national security minister say with all the boys egu airport no onim kwan of so Nigeria ni no ene ne nanfofo e wa ban we mu ebejeje Ghana for sika $150 $100 $50 ejeje ya $1 million che Ghana nsem kro otimi se leadership enim kwabra leadership enim the transport minister na ka kire wo say kwabra adenti na kire omoko cabinet meeting committee ni ya woda asamwa ba was a former finance committee chairman of parliament. Was it Ghana ya damnem?
Ya beba.
Eti kwamne.
Dealing with.
Kwamne, there's abiding a disjointed. There is no communication. There is no leadership. Because Nana Akufo-Addo, wamwa na omo expectation. What you say? Wamwa ewo Gidi on Nanadu mu anu omunim se Nanadu baby bi no. O Kwabena Bobie Ansah utie wunim kan se Nanadu when it comes to governance we empty. By chance for mo na mo ko wi amu o da bia ya na mabo di facha me ba mi say wonye bie. Mo na mo ko di Ghana nyina bro Kumasi Sports Stadium. Ana mo bo Jake ana mo transfer ade ne ba MPP prime minister. Ana no so mbabu nipa na mde na ebo na bedru. Nana Bedru ya nana appoint 123 ministers. Nana Bedru ya obia kodi boni na obisa nana osi minim hohwe. Kwabena me catch by close of this night. McDan will walk free. They will come and clear him. They will certify it in the terminal. No. All contractual will be fakey. And I can offer that to me ko get fund is 2 billion. Say me bon bosia. Kwabena now a first cano. On returning me and road construction. What you mean catch the whole Ghana say 1.4 billion of oil money no on team provided receipts. And fama on a month free 1.4 billion and I pay 6.9 billion from e-levy. Yes, Ghana ni baby ayeta osike show bottom no. Nanado say no watch no man 1.75%. No vanko Ghana ka. Oya wa yimu 3.1 billion as spend in the office of the president. Omdi be here there ombe to toilet afi. Ombe tunsu bonho. This is so you find a common fund nko. Intermediate transport minister they say ministers na kodru se kwabena bebre sai omuti.
because Paul Adumochiri Noa Paul Adumochiri Noa wati Adum if I say good evening Ghana aye Metro TV honom aye tax screen analysis eka Ghana nyina won sem no ene akoba se boy chairman senkrofo akobu Ghana fo a yenko hwe a wonu mom na ebe defend Ghana Airport Company wo communication directorate na wo he CEO no ono na explain Kwabena mi bisa se Paul ye intelligent enke sa Paul airport asema na yekayo da yeka so o mabu Ghana for 1 billion plus we know enka Paul the CEO no beba ka Paul the accounts officer in charge of airport no beba no ma be here no so who's a company or na boy chairman any spokesperson e kire wo say there is no leadership Kwabena yakoba ne saying say omo ye editors na say the omo manage aviation industry omo expertise e wan omo knowledge about nyana obi to uni apanyi kwa msifa kai say obu petrol filling station da enti expertise odi kwa MPA no eno letter no omo de pray en ran okay and say omo nkrofo bisa na o make it so funny statement why fuka ni bi da no Wantiana.
Pump attendant.
Oh, me pump attendant.
If I can say I pump attendant.
Kwabena,
or the sales experience.
Daniel, me see Ghana, you want more of this. Says the one for Kwabena, so you're not quaka aviation board. Of us, the deputy minister for sports and now minister for sports. Kwabena, there are positions on your MPP near I am from Mount. The one and I'm years over ye in Fiebe, said he is dog Kwabena. Nkrofo ni babe nkrofo ni babe oluwa na meke nkrofo yi ko wi omo ni babe wu abom agure yi babe kui omo fi bekeka nti Kwabena mi di sise sa letters na omo exchange ye no eye camouflage in simple terms o chine se omo de omo so called expertise no omo pese ye nyi omo ni a omo mra mefre team na save Ghana millions of dollars no. This is Kwabena Bobie Ansah Accra FM. Sure, oye na najo. Eno, ena ejinem. Mini listo, aya ajuni say, after the nonsense, any Ghana aviation offense, almost standards ni adi ombrichi ye nyina no. Ye nye media house ba kukura oko onom. Amana publish aya aviation for. Obi o publish ye biya ne no. Ne reference aya hanom. Monfa monsambo mobo says obi person are proud of himself are sure munya kukodro confronto system na say right thing must be done no I don't know save Ghana Kwabena.
Well interestingly what I heard they say media personnel Magdan Bobo Mwano call inspection no omuma obi allow 2,500 before moving them some of movie or
say what sorry you mean sorry
now some cars of your workers they took to
volunteers
obi workers omo cover no so omo compliment the nurse
obi 2,500 before they moved them to I think Takrade and almost side the flight to the buy and more for obi champagne obia bottle bako and I think weekend we some come or party be a party in the see a cancel no and then if I no organize the party the friend say or mama live with a party no ma cancel then come by party no this weekend
and come expand invitation list no come citizen show for so president
come from some me dibi anyway so that is the issue and my very good friend Magdan should forgive me. I mean, hey, you be discussing in the open. You to man and share sumasa and konkosi every and my very good friend Frank of Crusading Guys should forgive me. That is not my nature. That is not me. And yeah, so oh yeah, the papa, I will support it. And me reason nanti America sano assembia it's so painful mentisa but I need to do this. Monfa Chame could forgive me, please forgive me my friends, any telephone and fanchemi. 3 days in there, and somebody called me, had a discussion with me, said Magdan say, Obeso Nimishia and Ra. And we spoke at length a year 3 days in Nanajo. And Ra, I called the person back and I told him, say, based on my conscience, say Magdan or any answers, and now be your person mean treatment, I'll do it. Me person in the is like me your favor and to do me a favor. Me nyesikani 7 crofo kasa papa mi nibi. Ena crofo ntare papa mi shebi. However, I believe truth stands and integrity is everything. I keep on saying this and forgive me. I stayed with Mills throughout the years with Mama and these 8 years. Memro via office and Kobus and even one contract. And one of the many reasons I had issues in my home. Nobody in NDC obeyed me catchers will be around my office and in the car same way. Even a year some say almost a child for double house. Because be more pam me. Yes, you will be for some of the better abundance will be for application. Me de media kwa ni media touching ye. Men si will be you. Man ko be bio because I don't know. But even the tongue cry mame. So my point is that Madam Africa Champs will be so your frewa woma. And yes, your frame ma, and yes, media minim sikape. Minim sikape power. Obia met me a gentleman as well see radio station as an individual, as a young boy, minim sikape. But the fact is that I don't want to taint my integrity. So Magdan, forgive me. The reason why I was not able to meet say na me person be clear. If Magdan give me his responses, I will gladly do it here, and I'll do it here for him because I don't know why, as a media personnel, somebody should. On Gristle Palm.
Was it after you have made a story about him or what?
No, and now me post in the morning on my Facebook, me information.
Yes.
And that was 3 days now, and
yes.
And that was where the call came in from. There's nothing wrong with the call. There's nothing wrong to meet Magdan. In fact, so Magdan, Madam for me transit, I'll be happy. I'll be glad. I don't have any problem. For me, be boni BNTM. But when it comes to matters of the state, I am a stakeholder, and I need to also raise questions, right?
Yes.
So.
But obviously, without trying to prejudice anything. I mean, obviously, this Magdan guy is a guy that has been involved in state capture, and he's been trying to rent all the journalists in Ghana. You can see he's been renting all these journalists who have been singing his praises. If he's invited to meet, it's because he wants to compromise you.
Which I don't believe.
What else would he call you to meet you for what?
Which I don't believe. So let's move on.
But of course you cannot because you are a man of integrity. You are a man of integrity.
I disagree. I would disagree with you on the issues of your apologies to him. Rather, I would rather encourage say,
right.
Keep doing what you are doing.
That's right.
You see,
look, if you say it's not about his person, Kwabena, I have a problem with you. It's about his person. Okay, yeti he yabo midin. Ade yamo Kwabena Bobie Ansah. I'm related to the private, on a public your friends land. How do you create a private entity on a public entity? Why do you no? Just let's think about it. It's him. It's everything to do with Magdan, Macaulay. Why do you say you are apologizing for what wrong? What is your wrong? Tell me your wrong.
No. You're many friends.
It doesn't matter. No. You can do that. This is public place.
I agree.
This is a public place. You can do that personally to him.
I agree with you.
But here, it's a public place, and you are in service to the state.
Yes. And we are
you are in service to the people, your audience, and everybody.
We are also aware that Magdan is actually a puppet of Agabe Ochredako. and that all these business operations that Magdan has been this state capture that Magdan is penetrating is with cahoots with Ojinago.
Do I have?
That's why a private man can set up business on state land.
Let's take it one after the other. All right,
so quick one on this. I ask simple question. Boamini enye say adwuma no. What shall say ndam yenu? Sa BOT no. Build, own, operate, and transfer. Na sikiri nyina no between Magdan and the state. Document in a way.
Yeah. Yes, you know na me.
I'm fan settle matter.
People raise here on Facebook. Because as we speak, among four even within the Jubilee House, among four near Dim Command, they are ready to help us with informations, and we will push and push and push and push to the last point. Say Obi ya the papa, why not? Who will support the person? Okay, so listen up my friend. So while we are dealing with this aviation issue, then the levy issue also is pending. You know, so no what here OCSB, right? Mark Esibeyebo, sorry. Mark Esibeyebo. But before that, you know, regional from a minister, no quick one. Okay. At least near from information. Okay, so me play a yabno sorry. I have for
office Sikebi for investment. So now I say also to be a yibi. Say yes, this was say. So to say administration program make it say. So America, Yamami Sikara can be a dedicated fund. By your budgeter. So, because I'm going to start here and catch it. So, it is said that the MMDC is in a gown. I told you, who could go full and record. No, I did. Yes, sir. You know that in my book. If you go I fight it. And the minister office Sikebi for investment. So now I say also to be a yibi. Say yes, this was say. So to say administration program make it say. So America, Yamami Sikara can be a dedicated fund. By your budgeter.
But I am say minister says some go straight through Ansah no modi akọ and listo asem no da ho on say last year na ya kase saa de no omo yeso munyi MMDC instead skeni ho omodi common fund omodi nyina
na regional minister na straight through in the DC
omodi common fund omodi nyina omo che dibo yanko yananti. So you link me to the e-levy near the abesi fu no. So
I'll just in a brief discuss the airport case, and then just veer into the e-levy and then the Sikeniho subject. Kwara, Adia I'm on my way, airbo. Ghana is never a poor country. Look, the revenues that we accrue in this country. Say nya shit. Say the Kufa do Tihonom no. Yeah, 1 year kwine once you school dying 1 year shina. The revenues alone, Kwabena, I was saying Saka.
Me pacho, road minister Kromoma Equino.
Please, make us a choir to borrow the words of Howard Kumsen. Meaningful roads, meaningful. And ya Quentia ye musio. Me na na catch them. Or say Quentia, den musio. It ye can roads, I mean meaningful roads. See infrastructure. Kwabena, a quine way, a link to quine way, I'm a quine way. I know you, Mahama. You take Ghana hand the quine a friend, a Gifford Road. A quine be anyhow. What child quine, a ball quine man, the quine on Yanamso. Na quine the harder than now called Fifa. A friend say, I knew anyway, called that time was my quine. I be there be any no come myself. I mean, meaningful roads. Kwabena, yep. Say the revenue that Akufo-Addo has accrued even in respect of oil. John Mahama no kra ebura bako on the Professor Mills. The whole 8 years no. One more is create that opportunity for us to get 2 more oil fields. Yeah, and Akufo-Addo, was 3 oil fields. In fact, 2 oil fields, no, John Mahama were ni one de 1 cedi. Akufo-Addo started accruing monies from that oil fields. And says I've heard a lot of people discuss, say, the economy is broke. Look, any economist who is of sound mind should reflect on how much money Akufo-Addo has accrued, because accounting is much about auditing than, your friend is saying spending. Accounting. At the end of the day, accountant. Accountant, you have to always pay value for money.
That's right.
It's not say what way accountant say obiaba ya no abegis kanoko. Accountant accountant or making sure say there is value for money. Now, Kwabena, the reason why Ghana CCA is because almost every aspect of the economy Akufo-Addo ne nebusuafo capture ni nyina.
That is on the E-levy issue.
Ni dabi anone Magdan ewa airport ho. Magdan ko airport ho ni nyina is because oni kan oforata e na ye adwuma. And I said this on authority because look, Kwabena, and like yesterday I read a couple of things related to how Kenoforiata will single-handedly sign a loan facility for Magdan. So one from Koya on one kasa Najuma. Mumuti opposition musi ADB egu. Emma your friend is a friend of marking asem betobia. Okay. Emma sasam no ehwo asem near te satam na mtimuntie. I think I was there with you. Emma obeye ho enkonya nyina pone nanenam baby a Malafo nyina ye damase. Oh, you see, Anna moba bemu. In fact, Kwabena, Akufo-Addo ba bemu January 2017. Unim say by June ne ama Magdan loan. Moba ya na mobe pay ska to ADB. Ena ADB nyeska 10.45 million. Namde mano. So onkoye cocoa board contract. Obia private manner yeso akonya contract. Afi finance minister na adane spokesperson. Says kanum bi and what they call sa a friend is Ghana Airport Company hono. Can offer a friend is can Japan. Or TM no because when you be any to know TM or man FM. Okay. And na ehwasem ekodai. Enene. Because what the akaka bensem and Kofi Prof MI background be that was before the 2016 elections.
Yeah.
I would do for near to travel moko for mobile Ghana. And until I did a powerful book ibaha.
That's already.
Yes, powerful book. A woman now yenimre and I am a yenimre. It's a book, it's a magazine. It's a book, it's a special report on how Serbian something. I won't book him.
Yeah, I know.
I will give you. Now, Kwabena, state capture. Me say, Oko Ghana Airport Company, there is no work for the staff. Every facet of baby a benye sika as a state biano, ya privatizer no. Ena, ya de Magdan nom, Kofi Asati bedi etuonom. What kind letter na Ghana Airport Company try na? Unim nipo copy no. The secretary to the president. Who is the secretary to the president? Look at the copy. Kwabena boy. The secretary.
Enra no mo try no.
Enra no.
Enra no. Okay, so
copy. The secretary to the president, Jubilee House. Secretary to the vice president, Jubilee House. Honorable Minister, Ministry for Transport. Honorable Minister, Ministry for National Security. National Security Coordinator, KIA.
But problem ben
I have a problem with the first person.
Why?
A strategy. Kofi Asante bedi etuo. Ne yire. Ena ye frɛ bibi CIP.
Yeah, now church.
Me church mu no. Ne yire na manage sa premises so. Femi. It's a state asset. Yeah, accrue money from there. It's supposed to give Ghana revenue. Because every person that uses that place, pays money, and where that money goes is Kofi Asante Bedi Atio, Neire Ebotom.
Okay, so listen, now or my near to Facebook news. To more Facebook, making us secretary to the president, Jubilee House, then you share it for us. Okay, thank you, social media.
Now, Enunti Enantokwa Abba Kofi Asante Bedi Atio, any Kanoforiata and Tem.
Okay,
it's never to do with these persons. Your friend is saying a new keke. And Uncle for share no mupia. Kwabena, na so we sadie we. Wokwaje Ghana, your friend saying Port and Harbour Authority. Ade your friend is saying akwai danso abiam. Danso Nick danso.
Yeah.
Ekwatena ho. And Nick danso na gigi duty. Because so gigi duty now on the pay your pen obey declare state Now no more say your friend saying GRA force oma gigi duty ne kura mana broso oma hit o target abroso meboa eso mo say covid inti Ghana niska na obi a revenue target 100 million what me gigi mana bro 125 million covid inti and was saying so te meboa
yeah
yenya sika brosa adenti na say ba me ho for e-levy because Port and Harbour everything in this country is almost imported. And when the Yenyaska Cassia free plus oil. Etino Saubagan and you have a G levy. So you live in Ama Abani Begua. Mentia say, Amen. I have for minister say, oh, yes, can't to fuel. Let me tell you, Omunina Mekanya. A Kufado Nini and my via Minisika. They have taken all the monies into tax havens. And yes, Kwabena, Aden no good in a yemi test. I will cover the home. Now you name idea friend the frontier. And next has a frontier, Jiwo airport on. Kwabena, imagine said that 17 million now, even just within a month and 2 weeks. 17 million within a month and 2 weeks. From January to now, from January, your friend is saying 2020 to December 2020. How much money did they accrue?
Okay.
From January now, just last year, January, say 1st February.
Yeah.
So 1 month is casting on my accrue. If you put that money together, you will see, sir, if Noguchi had done that job, do you know how much money Noguchi could have made? Do you know Noguchi could have built a world-class laboratory firm? Yeah. Say a cat firms, Noguchi can be the number one. You, as a fool and as a useless president, you put our money. No, I take off that word. I apologize. Because it's not wise. No wise man would do that, sir. You privated the state asset. No, I repatriate tax. If you had put a state, your friend is saying, institution in place, and that state institution had made that 17 million, they could have built a world-class laboratory firm. No wise man would do this except a fool. No wise man. I have not.
I don't want to argue more. No, I don't want to argue. Please.
No wise man would do that.
Let's deal with the levy issue. E-levy.
I have written profusely about the e-levy, and if you can check out my article on morningghana.com and on social media, where I stated categorically that I think the e-levy is actually an armed robbery of the people by its own government. Because if you look at all the arguments about e-levy, as if e-levy is the panacea to all our problems, the sad thing is that the offense passing e-levy will be suffering and the problems will be compounded. Nothing will be solved. Nothing will be solved. But what is even more painful is that these people are not learning from the examples of other countries. It's not as if we are the ones who have invented electronic services or Momo. Others have done it even before us. Other countries have even attempted to introduce this levy, and as soon as they introduced it, their cashless system collapsed. Other countries in Africa. Look, why?
I think
we only do
Zimbabwe. So much as a backtracking.
Uganda, yeah, 68 to 70%
Yeah.
immediately reduce.
That's right.
From the Momo business.
Yes.
And I think say Nano John Kuma say even yenya implementing.
That's right.
About Momo a 24%.
Yes.
Yeah, 24% of
Accruing
yes.
to about 10
Yeah.
billion.
Yes. And is it Momo is a third world economic venture. Because in Europe, for example, they don't do Momo. In Europe, you don't
like
do
mobile transfer.
More money. Not only electronic. You can do electronic banking transfer, but not Momo. Like as in on your phone, you use your phone number to do money transfer. They don't do that. Only electronic transactions. So Momo is a third world. It's something they do in India, they do in Africa, because we are talking about the masses. They understand what I'm saying. And they are doing retail. This is like retailing, because our people don't have access to banks like Europe and America. So our people are on the farms, etc. So this idea of Momo. So it's a very retail thing for the rural cottage industry, etc., etc., etc. Now, when these people now decide that I go to tax levy, what pains me is that your income, for me, why I call it on armed robbery is that it's like when they pay you, when you get a pay, your salary, apart from the pay as you earn, that is the money that they deduct for and I pay some every month for some small work I do with some NGO that they pay me some small money every month. If I measure how much they collect from my small pay as GRA people as tax. Now, after I have collected the remaining, now it means that every time I'm going to give some of this small money, and me like this, I'm a family man, firstborn, I have to give my papa, I have to give my mama, my brother did there, my wife did there, my community, my development charter, my old school this, my this that, a political what group, this that, and now if I'm going
you finish mentioning them
and
etc.
many more,
and now if I take that small money, each time they are taking 1 point something. So it's for me until the money is finished, your income is finished. Government has a stake in it. So what it means is that the e-levy is like a virus that will continue to consume your economic blood like vampire. Until you have no money in your pocket, the e-levy will continue to consume you. Unless you have no money in your pocket. If you are broke, you are empty pocket, then you are free of e-levy.
So what it means is that Sakut,
it's a virus.
Let's say if you had 5,000,
yes,
you only have to calculate 1.5% off the 5,000.
That's right.
That's what government has to take.
That's right. But for 1.5%. 1.75%. Now they are saying they want to bring it down to. See, what is clear is that despite all the gimmicks, the drama, etc., even from the minority MPs, etc., what is clear is that these people are going to pass this e-levy. Media, e-levy, no, pass it.
It won't happen.
It won't happen. Pass e-levy.
It won't happen.
Why? Say the signs are already clear. Who can say last year minority leader concession say 1% penny. Now on your fire and the crew for friend and say hey
no, but you're only one step through the process. What you say?
Yes.
Yeah, kono obi hawa na adwene.
Yes.
It doesn't mean saying these MPs no be any na adwene. And it doesn't mean saying MPs no be any na adwene.
Yes.
O share survey aba even 56% of MPP supporters na omonye.
Yes. But this is the problem.
So
the bigger problem is that in the parliament they have backbenchers and leaders. The leaders have different agenda from the backbenchers.
No, but
the backbenchers are the one who throw blows, who are throwing blows at each other.
But
when they are throwing blows, do you see any of the leaders throwing blows?
But it doesn't take away the fact that at least the NDC MPs collectively has fought well.
I'm not sure about collectively, because see, I'm telling you that the backbenchers have a different. Okay, the backbenchers and the front benchers. Yes, no, but let's even say that they fought collectively, whatever. At the end of the day, mark my words, they're going to pass the e-levy. They will pass the e-levy. Okay, and you can see that. Since we came back from Christmas break, whatever, the minority MPs have been saying that they are not engaging us. They should engage us. we are not engaging us.
Okay.
Engage us. The minority MPs are asking for engagement. They are the ones asking the MP people. You are not engaging us. Engage us. So if they come and engage you, you compromise. You know so.
Well,
for me, they are not engaging us. They are asking for engagement. I'm not asking for engagement. Why do you want to engage these people who are bent on punishing Ghanaians with this interview? Why do you want to engage with them? I don't understand the engagement that the minority MPs are calling for. I don't understand.
There are so many issues that are raising.
Yes.
You see,
that one I disagree.
Now engagement.
No, let us not talk plenty. Let's take it easy. I'm 140. The point is,
yes.
Me just sure say, NDC so arguing say, my tax and from Buo Mino.
No.
That is not the idea.
No.
So because Mementias and say they just want to know at the cry a buying a person or ye. Yanemu ne wofi ha.
Yes.
Sakut say ye ba programmer.
So in the long run.
Mebao ye ba programmer. My producer only engage you for you to understand exactly what we will do here.
That's
but
right.
not to tell you what to come here to say.
No.
Oh, they say.
Yes.
To say got over translate near the topic before Chi and Bushua. You can complain that why? Mebao shows you did not engage me in any, but so engage you doesn't mean so or not now dear Brabeka. So the fact that the NDC MPs are calling for engagement doesn't mean say whatever the government is saying, they say yes.
Maybe
but it's an indication that they are willing to
I think
compromise.
Thank you.
Sakut is getting something wrong here. Kwabena, engagement. NPP is out there telling Ghanaians to say NDC is the problem of the e-levy. But the reason for Christmas break, the NPP government business, your leading Ansah, also they are going for consultation, including the minority. And the minority said there's nothing of that sort. To the extent, say Kwabena Enra, Obianim said they were coming back to parliament because of e-levy. Speaker Betna parliament from morning to evening. Omode other people now, government friends or business of the day buy na Kwabena e-levy enka ho. Speaker sorry akona omufre bibi other people addendum. Sakut, you understand those things. She say omako business committee and minority majority oman pull out the e-levy as part of a business.
Yes.
Speaker kona no makofa other people addendum aba. Additional business of the day. Yeah. Thinking say Adwasafo will come on time. Say Adwanso now one final call. Sakut so muka engagement NDC position you find a Ghanaian position. And you no minority leader kura say or dare say or accept anything or any crop when you mu kofi.
All right.
MP obeji
Thank you.
Kwabena, utie discussions ekoso ewo e-levy nsensemi ho a de ka kire wa ne se obi a osu a se wajimi no onyina wajimi enyini mpepe jimi enyini enye ade pepe jimi free ho nti mpenifo ka se stupidity you see, it has nothing to do with stupidity. In fact, if you are stupid, you are stupid. But also Africa Ghana titiri no, and na wanyini nti, nipa na nyina se be wajimi a wajimi, sa na tie. And na utie NPP communicators in
GTV fatwa.
See, utie. Koba menya bro.
Makasa, Makasa. Davio, Makasa.
Koba.
What to DSTV?
Koba. Utie NPP communicators in MPs in Bia. And so can ba ko na kire me say I then support omo call say we should take mental health seriously in this country, we support omo call. Okay. Because I'm telling you, because Obi Okaserio team is a complete madman in suit. What your discussions or more because at the end of the on TSU, metie when you are to sticker. And when I'm cast there be you take mental health or promo seriously. Kwabena e-levy there electronic wallet. We see can the show but akronfo be. And I says come function but to me that to me phone so. And one and I buy say we see can show wallet to move to or the task better so and then one can identity irritate here no. sika no say cashless economy mo bia confess sika nkura no so kan ye manya pes biska na to so ena ke no frata na ekufo ado ene ba me aka bo ma lanchamate management committee no say sa o pes na e show botomu no
what me a timeline
Kwabena there be a discussion with economic management team and the buyer and the better cabinet him economic management team no ne vice chairman ya lanchamate it na make say some growth na tena say make catch you say
me na o can say na say e ne down
I think I'm about to share with him on this because say Alan so Ojidi say he levy at the papa Omeka. I think we should hold him to task. I agree with him. Because economic management, look, say Alan Ojidi say he levy at the papa Omena or so the flag bearer Omeka.
So we have to hold him to task.
Because the MPs no omo parliament omo ti.
And not mean kasa because it is our support. It the economic management team now got trusted at the number cabinet. It obunya team nyom hu frim. It yehwe. It won kasa tintin ya ne say ye person na share botobis ka do adamu no omo the task e ba beto ye person so. Sa na kufuado ene baomia ene wo economic management team no omo ka che na Kwabena omo wie sa de we nyina wi obusa ho say ene kura da se bi amete ye papa ya wo Ashanti oh, my ref papa waiting. Was it 11 ama free SHS quality Kusibuafo. Oh, man na meti o man ma kase mental health. Kwabena fa ne serious okroma.
Kusibuafo.
Say 11 ama we say fertilizers subsidization of fertilizers in timinye. We say this IMF as IMF no kakaiti ho. We say it's a man fa amade a ene petrol intimate so enti ene yato petrol mu to ene petrol 1 gallon 33.75 pesos. A free 40 60 pesos at that Damani Mahama na kufuado and na machia na no say any boarding and I'm 33 cedis almost am intimate so yate and they as if free SHS kra no say ile via ma this year twam na no kwa do mu twam ka no kwa na kam say me campaign say twam kwa school fon Kwabena
okonfo kwa de nyono
no busa ho say akufuado waje busi asen chi enipa no say ohia 6 billion bi Edi acheche Ghana solve Ghana problem nyina. Say nipo we agye taxes nkwa 158 billion. What me found solve sa problems we nyina. Wobobo sia nkwa over 230 billion. What me found solve problem we nyina. Was it man 6 billion. No found solve Ghana problems we nyina. Say nipo we ka se mo echewa. Ukoda na so odwene hu mienu. Who just supposed to with John Dramani Mahama at the taxes 86 billion about 54 billion. Yet no one nyoma or constituency reading beer or didn't such so and no nama Ghana for any abre Kwabena sengaku for the taxes way and all they are the pa ye who can the tier market ye who taking interchange ye who progress interchange ye chamwa unza progress akajo mama kan so ya we sir
yeah
no ye who can so interchange ye do Kumasi ye who can the market ye who afari hospital nanga ku for say o pa bia kan wanga Ghana for ngasa nemo papa ya papa no beje sa taxes we ya no ne madi dware wo wiem o play mu eno ne Ghana for how papa we beje taxes no the 2 year S gas ya ever presidential staffers our front staff house that is the problem eno ne ade ama Ghana kura buafu kase say enya ade betena so ni asa twa ne ya wallet e shebotomu wasa beje taxes was na Kwabena medima no si no omunka mienti a almost a comedy free 1.7 about 1.5. Now there no more what you say. So good.
Yes.
What you there omoye na say. I see we would them na. Yes, uko rape or baby. Rape say a criminal offense. Also them be rape but me 1 round pay. Was it man rape me also them me baby rape but me 1 round pay. E be na sangrofo we yen. What them matter so amamo. From 175 me dey about 1.5.
That's right.
Kwabena ye omuka say even 0.00 kura yenye right ye hia
me dan say
omu wi asa consultation omu so omu ye no omu hia Kwabena when they were closing banks did they consult
nobody
when they were closing banks omu consult ye When they were going for Eurobond at 19.7%, and that country be almost 8%. I'm consulting one. Can you one consult no? What charity in the court to 29 two left legs no was at the court this card at the Ghana car. When them say Eurobond, Ghana $150 million every year for 5 years.
All right, so that's it. Live in Accra, 100.5. Now, okay, so my man check. Maybe Obia send me a question. We'll say, Kwabena, please, I have a question. So, where is the national organizers and the youth organizers of the opposition NDC party? Can they get Ghanaians out into the streets to protest this nonsense of e-levy? The use of protest is the only language Nanado understands. With tension rising in West Africa, I bet you even if 1,000 Ghanaians are out on the streets, the government will stop this e-levy. People should not think Parliament can stop e-levy. It is only the streets that can stop this nonsense. But the fact of the matter is that Magana ni biara yawo wagana insro about talking efa ku issue ku enya kakai tigana ni bia ensuro ku eye brofudin express omanfo na ninye enti mo bia ehunahuna ade ekoso West Africa na de dia ekoso West Africa ne se oto oman so ne ekoto aba na utimi kum Ghana for 10 na so mpe ehunmu a nasa nkwasiafo bi jiga ombetwe tu abusu wasem entibo bia mohu dan parent mi nante obi afie se wudi ku aka asem obi antimi ehunahuna obi se brofo word bi wo ha ye mmoso wo Ghana ha obi antimi nye ema obi ehunahuna oni padase ni biara antimi ehunahuna wadi omo nsisa eye bema kaba soja fo nyina ma buru ya tuo nku ya wo Ghana obi antimi hunahuna obi a cool word no enya demonic name demonic name anka kufa do anko Trapis FM eni se fa ka pani toto no anka ntre Ghana fo se ye friend say traditional uprising any cool difference be no wom
na no kra wo say smart akoka uprising ni ya friend so omra police headquarters. Okay.
Na paying to be a can be an
I mean that's it. But quick one. Please, yeah.
In a brief, who said Marcus Bay boy or Alan? And unto no day a eco two no. Befico two no. Now you see,
you're both for continue, papa.
And unto no, Esibe Ekasana or Casayano. And Esibe is a finance person. In fact, Nimdia Sibe wono. Second of Yamu 1%. No. So Yamu 1%. Biniri say enka otene nibrim kwabra sabi. So we share Kenofrata video bia. I'm say me Sunday, but it was rather late.
Okay.
Me pacho nyabre ne tie. Ne tie sabio. Enkwasiasem ya nanse ye tie. A phone na ono akasa wo de tie no. This is before 2016 election. Ne tie de ono ankasa ne nsem a okeka ne nanse na hwe se adwene no a kufika no. So ohia se doctor se be hwe na.
All right.
Kwa wonim omu retreat no. NPP MPs no. Me de link o se sibe. Omu koye no. Feedback na MPP MPs no. Ede ma ken overiata no. Onye honest.
No ni so.
Now apply. Or apply, there will be no e-levy because some constituency no I send the signal their mom so I'm passing no meto I feel I'm say incoming for IG constituencies in Alpha. Crowdfund like your campaign because I'm who send here 137 you know your rubber stamp.
Me that say Francis Odoba says Bobie, you guys are the voice of the voiceless. Please just mobilize and call for demonstration and we will beat them. Odoba. Okay, Francis Odoba. Okay, so that is an on a point. Isaac Vital says, where is the so-called men and the Baumia Shannon Bisano? Eclipse collateral men catch a Ghana for you say property owners a day where Comamo, Mr. Momon Fancy with Trimi Pa. Now the entire Comamo say, who could you loan a unya collateral? Collateral no be or no nibi. Enti se wo ejapade bi a wo the documents ne ba omo de boa omanfo emomo so etimi de support omo loan na omo koje oji a wo mu percentage umpe na apede Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic men kan say bright soja capsules, bright garlic plus capsules no de aba yeah omo de adwuma eboa omanfo man pedua timi gina ne ho so boost immune system ba herbal centers men kan che Ghana for say ene de so abodam a bra no mo Ansah yare edam ewo trim na so de tikurum ha no aba no ma sa wo yare modam nhisi tuntra oni nsi hu ko no koje ai wa sha atare fita so abodam bra ne beja yaresa ewo ba herbal center me pa chaw wo se stroke nudwo yade na afi so etwere yade obeba stomach ulcer na afi so sexual weakness obesa yade dompem dwumadie de ba herbal center omo yo papa omo abem omo otema elashibi na ufri ashama kwa come to 16 junction on Ben Green FM na from Spintex come to 18 junction on Ben Green FM obehu omo from 0244 988 004 onsa ebetimi aka omo. So the issue about fuel no there and then kwa no matum twice awie say I told say
ya trust 7 Ghana cedi
ya trust 7 Yatra 7 per liter.
Yatra.
Yeah, 7.45.
Yatra.
A diesel is 7.500. There's a petrol.
They said breaking the 8 in between.
Ebron pensing.
Petrol be breaking 8